from 1966 until 2019, we are glad to be back under the lights at the Coliseum in Oakland. Tonight we are all set to witness what should be a good one. It's a battle of eras, if you will. Today's NFL superstars set to face the best of the best, the Madden legends. So this should be a real treat as the two teams exit their locker rooms. Coach Madden going to have his imprint all over this one. He'll be patrolling both sidelines, trying to will each of these teams to a victory. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, and there he is, the great Pat Summerall, set to do the honors. This should be a fun one. Underway here in Oakland. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out come the NFL superstars, and it is Josh Allen who leads them out at quarterback, the MVP of the National Football League in 2024. You know, Coach Madden always admired those field generals who could really do it all, and there might not be a more unstoppable quarterback in the league today, the number 17 of the Bills. Now a first carry for their fullback. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
And a yard at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and a yard. Allen running the option to the left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 34-yard line.
Quick handoff. It's Juszczyk. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Allen. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So second and 4 from the 22. Now Allen. Quick slant caught by Chase. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
We are through one. So happy to have you along. It's football, it's Oakland, and it's only on EA Sports. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The offense already on the field here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now we've got a timeout for an injured player, and oh, this is certainly notable. That's Josh Allen, who's in some pain out there. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. A first throw for the backup Jackson. The quick slant caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally, and then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Now Allen. That is caught. Touchdown, Superstars. Justin Jefferson laying himself out in the end zone. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And the Superstars are out to a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score.
So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The legend set to go to work. It is Peyton Manning who leads him out at quarterback. Peyton spent 14 years as a Colt, 4 more as a Bronco. And the numbers, they speak for themselves. 14 times a Pro Bowler, better than 71,000 passing yards, 539 touchdown passes, and, of course, twice a Super Bowl champion. First carry for the 5-time Pro Bowler, LaDainian Tomlinson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. 2nd and 9. Manning now to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
9 yards to go.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. That is caught. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Complete to number 80, Jerry Rice. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Manning. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throwing the out route. The ball comes out. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. There he goes left side. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Well, the Legends head back out, and with him the great Jerry Rice, who of course had his biggest years across the bay from here in San Francisco in the 80s and 90s. Rice was always one of the hardest workers out there, a real tactician at the wide receiver position. 2 qualities that Coach Madden always admired. Here's what Coach Madden had to say about all the things number 80 could do to beat you.
With Jerry Rice, you have to move him around. You can play him at flanker. You can play him at X. You can play him in the slot. You can even sneak him in the backfield once in a while.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Manning going to throw. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And the Legends going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Look, we came into this one focused on Randy Moss, and now he has our full attention with his first grab of the game.
Well, he's one of only 2 players to go a whole season averaging over 100 yards receiving and average a touchdown per game as well. That's a pretty impressive stat.
It really is, especially when you consider that every defense he faced was prepared for him and was kicking coverages in his direction.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And now the Legends going to take their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
47-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Manning. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Manning. In trouble, and he's taken down. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
Third and 19. Out of the gun, it's Tomlinson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 4th down, here's Andy Lee on to kick it away. Back deep, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. The next possession ready to get going. An exciting game for those here in attendance to see all these great players on the field. But it's also a chance to celebrate our namesake, the coach, John Madden. Some of our younger fans may not know his full story. Before the video game that now bears his name, he was the head coach of the Oakland Raiders. Had some big moments on this field, and he, of course, was on the sidelines down in Pasadena, Super Bowl 11, when the Silver and Black won their first Super Bowl title, a 32-14 victory over the Minnesota Vikings. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So we're at halftime with NFL superstars on top as we turn it over to Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
Brandon, thanks so much. A very entertaining first half indeed as we take a look at some of the highlights. This has been a fun game to watch back here in the studio, and you have to imagine the fans in Oakland are thrilled to have football once again and to have so many great players on the field at the same time. Want to remind you, stick around after the game for the presentation of the turducken to the winning side. Who's that going to be? Let's go find out. Third quarter just about ready to get underway. Take it away from the Coliseum, Brandon Gott.
Okay, Scott, thank you. Would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in either of these two locker rooms to listen to Coach Madden's speeches as we get set to resume play. A two-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The legends going back on offense. Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson in there at running back. And you think back to those Raider teams of the 70s. Coach Madden always loved to run the football, and he had some great running backs to rely on. But no one quite like LT, who he held in high regard. And here's what he had to say about the all-around abilities of the Charger great.
LaDainian Tomlinson is one of the best backs in the league. He has it all. I've watched him and I thought, I don't know if there's a guy that's better at running and catching and blocking and doing all the things that you have to do to be a running back.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
That's good.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Manning. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. He'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. They set up the screen down T. Look at the juke. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Manning. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Now Manning. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides, and there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll go up the gut with Tomlinson. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
This will be caught by Randy Moss. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a 4.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
17-yard line.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. To throw, it's Manning. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. They'll look for the first with Tomlinson. He's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it with Allstott. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They come up short here on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Looking to put a drive together. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
First man through, it's the fullback use check. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 quarter to play. It's football once again here in the East Bay. The fans love it. And we're back after this. This is a special presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Allen. St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Another carry here for the fullback use check. And the Legends going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
At their 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. On a return and run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Now the Legends going to take their second timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Legends now are going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 minutes to play here in Oakland. Make way for the post-game turducken. Time to set the table. We'll do it after this. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So it's a win here at the Coliseum for the NFL Superstars. And after a great night of football, time for the best of traditions. Sure, it's great to lift the Lombardi Trophy, but a close second might be lifting that turducken and taking a big bite after a hard-fought victory. For my partner, Charles Davis, and our entire great crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The NFL Superstars stand tall as we say so long from Northern California.